Okay, YouTube, a little cold start video and tell you what's going on with the projects. But you can see the ice there. It's definitely been cold out. I think it's stormed maybe 2 or 3 times since the last video I made. But it's been about a week since the last storm, so all the snow's melted off. But it's been, below freezing at nights and early in the mornings, and we had about 12 inches of snow after the couple of big storms rolled through. Mostly it's melted off now, but let's try and fire up the old IDI here. Probably hasn't ran it since that last video. We'll give it another shot of glow plugs here. I'm amazed these batteries are doing so well. They're super old. Just old RV batteries, deep cycle batteries. Oh, he's not liking it. I don't know if we're gonna get this one. I'm not gonna ether this engine, so if it kills the battery, then it ain't gonna start. I'll give it a second to cool that starter down. That's it. Yep, those batteries are toast. So I'll have to put the charge on them. But the starting instructions right here, look. You guys can see that. But and it says for cold weather to fully depress the throttle. Fully press it down when you're starting in cold weather. So sometimes I do that. I did it about halfway just now, but batteries are done on this one, so that's a fail. I fired up the old big block C25 the other day and ran it out of gas, so that was pretty stupid of me. Hopefully it didn't pick up anything out of the bottom of the tank. So that needs fuel, but ran good for the 5 minutes it was running. And then I had the Mustang out the other day in the shop, wrenching on that, tweaking with the carb again, but still same issue. And then the old big block Suburban over here, I moved it so I could get the Mustang out like last week, so it's been sitting in that spot for about a week. We'll fire that up. But I've been working on the old 74 here, just on and off, not much, an hour here and there because of the holidays and the weather, and just mainly being busy with the holidays. So I guess you can't really see that, but I threw a set of headers on it and threw a set of plugs at it, and just still buttoning up the exhaust. I put some glass packs on it the other night, routed some new piping, so it sounds a lot better. But after I got the headers on, I'd start it every once in a while, and I noticed, the starter it wasn't binding up, but it was really hard to crank on the starter. Like the timing was off real bad, and but it ran. It would fire up and it would idle, and so I figured, oh, maybe it's a starter. So I got under there, thought maybe the starter was loose. It was fine. Starter looked good. So I replaced the positive cable on it because that needed to be done. And figured, that would fix the problem. And it didn't. It didn't do anything. It just kept. It was really hard to turn over. The starter was really struggling. So I figured, it's got to be the timing, right? So I set it at TDC, and I popped the cap, and it was like 180 off, but it still ran, which is weird, and it didn't backfire through the carb or out the exhaust or anything like that. So I re-stabbed it at whatever number one is at like 5:30, or 6 o'clock, and rerouted all my plug wires. It seemed like the plug wires are off also, but I guess as long as doesn't matter where the rotor's pointed, as long as, right, you follow it with your plug wires. Anyway, so I rerouted them from the old diagram that I found and stabbed the distributor at like 5:30 on the rotor, and went to fire it up, and it was off. It was off like a tooth. It was backfiring out the carb, wouldn't start, wouldn't run. I had to advance it all the way to get it to even run. So, and on another thing, was another reason why I thought the timing was off. When you adjust the distributor to advance it, you go towards the driver's side, and there was no adjustment left in it would hit the intake, the vacuum canister would hit the intake, so I couldn't get enough advance out of it, and it seemed like the more I advance it, it seems like I was retarding it. It was the weirdest thing. I'd push it back towards the firewall to retard it, and it would run better. So that was another reason why I pulled the distributor and stabbed it. And anyway, I was a tooth off at like 5:30, so I pulled it all apart again. I set the the little oil pump shaft down there at the screwdriver. I couldn't see it. I was just kind of doing it by braille with a long screwdriver. And I set it at like 6 o'clock and re-stabbed it, and the rotor was pointing at 6, and set the, the vacuum canister where the Chevy 350s usually are, like right in there on the timing, and it fired right up. And so, yeah, that was kind of a weird issue. I thought maybe the balancer had slipped or something like that, and it was off. So I don't know. I just set everything at 0 at TDC and stabbed it, and it worked out good. But I don't think you can see the headers. I put some headers on there and some exhaust, and keys are in it. Let's see if we can fire this thing up. The exhaust is still kind of leaky. I still need to throw a couple more clamps on it. And the passenger side, I didn't have room to put clamps in, so I have to weld where I slip the pipes together. So that's just tacked together, so it's got a few little leaks. You can hear them ticking, but it sounds a lot better than it did with just straight open exhaust. Fired right up. Doesn't even have a choke. It has that heat tube, that copper heat tube right there for the choke. It's not hooked up. It's just dangling. It's not going to work with those headers. So. We'll probably button up the exhaust 100% sometime today, and then I think I might start on that back door, try and get the window down and try and get the tailgate open, because it's just broken off. In here nothing happens. So if you guys got any tricks or tips to figure that out, leave them in the comments. I'd like to know before I start thrashing on this thing, But I put some fuel in it the other day, and the filler neck's all cracked. So it was leaking fuel, down underneath. So that's gonna suck, having to fix that. Focus. Huh. Yeah, I still need to hit it with the timing gun and get it set, but I just set it by ear. Haven't dealt with the floorboards yet. I got stuff on order. I got the floorboard on order, and then there's a rocker and then an inner rocker, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure if any of it has this part. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have to make this part. I mean, the rocker's not bad underneath. It's just up here. I'm wondering if I can cut this back. If the new floorboard comes all the way to here. And then just cut this up, patch this piece. I don't know. No smoke. Still got that little ATF leak out of the transfer case, but that's the only leak I can see underneath this thing. See if it'll fire back up. Yep. What do we got? Good oil pressure. Temp gauge don't work. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to put some little gauges in it. Let's go fire up the 75. So yeah, there's a little update on that. Not much, just because I said, because of the holidays and been busy here at the yard and with the weather. But I did get those headers in and the exhaust in and mufflers on, and I just need to put on some hangers and a couple more clamps and a few little welds on the tacked areas. And then I'll move on to that back door. Eventually probably throw some new plug wires on this thing. And I'm still not sure about that carb. It seems to run better when it warms up. You can stomp on it and it doesn't fall on its face like it's got a accelerator pump issue. But I don't know. We'll see about that. Alright, let's go check out the 75. See which key. Okay. Only got a few pumps. Yeah, it's been sitting about a week. Fired right up. I hear a little lifter rattle. It sounds like it went away. Just put the new badges on it. Or that one's used. That one was new, manufactured. You can see I put it in the wrong spot. It actually goes over here. But, yeah, those badges weren't cheap. Still need to mount. This grill's got a bunch of broken mounting holes, so I gotta, zip tie it in there. It's kind of lame. See, I focus, mounted all the AC stuff up there. And rear AC works good. previous owner mounted this weird like toolbox looking thing back here. Oh, my fingers in this toolbox thing. Yeah, it's still cold out here. It's probably about 40 degrees out. But just wanted to give you guys an update. Couple cold starts. Too bad the IDI needs battery charge. But maybe next time, next week or something, maybe I'll make another quick video and crawl under that 74 and show you the exhaust. So that's it. Shade Tree me, I'm out.